John Mapes is with us this morning from My Flooring Warranty. We're at Surfaces 2014. John, how are you?
I'm great. It's been another year.
It has been another year, and you seem to be, doing better and better every time I see you.
We are. Thank you very much. We've had a lot of great support to get us where we are now, and the industry has really begun to embrace the concept.
Interesting.
Yes.
Tell it. Well, first of all, you're in a new part
Yeah.
of the WFCA pavilion, we'll call it, for lack of a better word.
Yes. What a great place to be. I mean, to be endorsed and accepted and promoted by the World Floor Carving Association for our work is an incredible honor. And Scott Humphreys, I give him a special credit. He's been a real champion for us.
Well, it's you and about, a dozen maybe other players are here in this pavilion.
Yes, I think that's about right. I think there's about 12 of us all together.
Okay. Now, tell us about your concept.
Well, My Flooring Warranty is a concept that was, honestly, was born of frustration. It was born because we've got consumers who don't understand when they buy, hard surface or soft surface products, what their cleaning requirements are, based, to honor their warranties. And then on top of that, there's more frustration added because the retailers are constantly trying to understand this ever-evolving world of warranty requirements. And what we did was we just created the catalyst that solved that problem. So we contact the consumer on behalf of the retailer. We keep their brand in front of them constantly, and we provide all this information and these cleaning reminder cues. That's one part of our system. There's also a multi-tiered marketing program that's attached to it to keep that retailer in front of past consumers. We aren't about gaining new customers. We're about managing and maintaining the ones that you have.
So a retailer signs up with you, and that's when you do the communication.
You bet. It's all automated. He goes into the portal. He goes into a private pass portal one time, enters the consumer's data one time, and he's done. And for the next several years, we manage those touch points.
And then you connect the consumer with a cleaning company.
We do. And sometimes the retailer, the retailer always has a big role in that because they're comfortable with certain cleaning companies and not. But we have to make sure those cleaning companies are all properly vetted so that they have the right insurance, the right credentials, because the mills are getting very specific about who's to touch that carpet now.
Now, you're successful because, number one, I suspect, mills decided, there's something to this whole maintenance thing, and maybe we ought to pay attention to that. And number two, retailers see it as an opportunity.
They do. The retailer has, in many ways, a responsibility to the consumer. If there's maintenance cleaning requirements, what are they and when are they due? And I think the mills have really come around full circle because the consumer wants these products that we're standing on right now to perform. The mills want these products to last the length of time they're supposed to and perform well, but they also understand that the consumer, and largely out of ignorance, hasn't understood how to clean or when to clean or what to do. So the mill has now stepped in and said, okay, there are certain requirements you have to do, such as time, such as what professional credentials these people need to hold to clean your floor, and then what products and chemistries they use to properly clean them. So they've stepped in and created these standards, and these standards are what we use to vet these cleaning companies and put them in place. So no one loses, everyone wins.
So a consumer or a retailer sells a consumer a Shaw product, for example, then you get the information, you find the product, you connect it with whatever the manufacturer said we should do to clean this, and you execute that.
You said it perfectly. And on top of that, we make the retailer look like the hero because all the emails and all the distributions from us appear to come from the retailer. So it makes the retailer look very forward-thinking and very much concerned about their customer post-sale, which is not something historically they ever had a vehicle to use before. So we're using the warranty to create that drive, that contact, and it's a perfect fit.
So how about the dollar and cents aspect of it? How do you profit from it?
Well, what we do is we have a fee that the retailer uses to sign up for the program, and that's really pretty much it. It's an annual fee. There are certain there are tiers, so we give the retailer choices. They can go with tier 1, 2, or 3. But if we say tier 3, for example, let's take them all. Every tier includes the one prior. They're looking at a cost from us of only about $275 a month. That's it. And we manage all this information for years. So it's very cost effective for the retailer to participate. It's less than the cost of a single direct mail piece if you want to look at it that.
And then the cleaning that you do is governed, as you said, by whatever the manufacturer says.
Right.
So then you have, various cleaning contractors in any given area?
Yes.
that are affiliated with you?
Yes. The way it works is really even simpler than that. There are several because the cleaning industry is a self-governed body, there are several institutional governing bodies that have standards. They mirror those of the manufacturer. So what we do is we get in touch with them and we find the right service providers that then are then vetted and then added to this list. And in some cases, the retailer likes that service provider so much they enter into an exclusive relationship with them, which is fine. As long as they meet the Mills requirements, we're fine. It can be exclusive or it can be a choice of several. It makes no difference to us.
So then you approach these, cleaning contractors, and of course they have always been looking for ways, I suspect, to connect with carpet retailers.
Yeah.
So you're bringing a marriage made in heaven.
It is. And you remember the old 70s show, The Love Connection? That's kind of what we traded to. There's a love connection occurring between the retailer and the service companies and the consumer. And it makes the Mills look good because it's branded, from the manufacturer. It makes the retailer look good because it looks like they're managing the information. And the service company has a unique opportunity to meet a customer at a very critical time and has other surfaces in the home. So it's literally a no-lose situation, truly.
And the real starting place, I guess, is the fact that consumers want clean carpet.
They do. They want a product because you know what? It's a huge investment. Historically, it's been the third largest. You've got the home and the automobile and then flooring. It's a huge investment. And they understand that they've got to maintain this investment. Of course, part of that is regular maintenance, which is vacuuming, but eventually it's going to come into cleaning. And there are cycles and time cycles required by the Mills. And some of this was born, Dave, because over 85% of the complaints that the Mills and the retailers get from consumers has nothing to do with the product and has nothing to do with how it's installed. They're all maintenance issues. So if we can solve the maintenance problem, everybody's happier. Yeah.
Now, you do hard and soft surface.
We're about to go into hard surface, yes. We did soft surface first. It was so maintenance intensive, but hard surface is right around the corner. Commercial as well. Commercial.
And then, do you find, up until the time you come along, do most retailers even broach the subject of maintenance, other than the fact they may put something in a little envelope with a warranty that says something about maintenance? But other than that, do they concentrate any time in discussing that with the retailer or with the consumer before you get there?
I can tell you that I have found retailers that do play a proactive role, but they're very, very few because a lot of them don't understand what the maintenance cleaning requirements are. On top of that, they're always changing, so we have to keep abreast of those. And they do approach it sometimes, but not with any real level of consistency. Their main focus is to get the consumer in, to sell them a product that they want, to get it installed and be done. But they're not done. It's really just the beginning of that relationship for years to come. And I think now that we've got a solution, it's a much easier time of it.
It sounds like you've enjoyed some pretty nice growth. Tell us about that.
Oh, it's a little frightening. We started out in the U.S., of course, with soft surface, and we've gone up into Canada, we've gone into UK, and we're into about 3 or 4 different countries now because of this show. So retailers across the globe have the same issues. It's, you don't want to say it's refreshing to hear they have the same problems, but it kind of is. They're all faced with the same challenges.
And this was all growth that was carefully planned by you, right?
It was not. No, I'm not going to pretend to think I was that smart. No.
But obviously there's a need out there, and people grow by solving, meeting needs.
Meeting needs, yes. Yes.
So what's ahead now? What are you going to be focusing on? More of the same, I guess.
Well, this show has taught us something really remarkable. It's taught us that the retailers not only need help understanding and how to manage the client's maintenance experiences with warranties, but they also need to have catalysts and apparatus to manage the contact with the consumer just to stay in front of them because the buying cycle is so long. Now, we knew that, but we didn't know how to do that until now. And that's when we developed Tiers 2 and 3, which their sole purpose is to keep the retailer's brand in front of that consumer, even outside of the maintenance system. Just friendly greetings, holiday greetings, just keeping them in front of the consumer. And we've done that successfully.
There was an interval back maybe 20 years ago, or give or take, where a lot of retailers got into the maintenance business. Most of them exited the business. A lot of them are still in it. And I think the prime reason was that gets us in the home and we can sell more carpet and more floor covering, which is a sound concept. Is there a way you can harness that? For example, your contractor goes into the house and he cleans the most recent carpet. He says, you know, I could clean this hallway, but, you know, you may want to think about replacing it. Is there a sales aspect to this?
You know, that question has actually come up several times, and what we've developed is a almost a leave-behind postcard that goes to the consumer post-cleaning, ask them questions about the cleaning experience so that we can report back to the retailer, and then it goes into very, very subtly, are you expecting to make a hard or soft surface purchase in the next 6 months? It's a very simple question. It's either yes or no, and if the answer is yes, we do funnel that information to the retailer right away. But keeping the brand in front of them is really the key, because the consumer understands the role the retailer plays. So that's
too, and they say the purchase of carpet is one of the most easily put off things, and I suspect second on that list is a cleaning of the carpet.
Yeah, almost, yeah, and it could be even farther down the list than that in these economic times. But eventually they'll clean it, and the key is they've got to get the right professional with the right training and standards and products to do it right. And they like that part.
One last question. What's your take on this show?
Oh, I have actually, this is the best attendance I've had at our booth at any Surfaces event prior. And I give the WFCA, honestly, more credit for that for us, because in the past we were sort of obscure out there in booth land, so to speak. But being attached to them has just been incredibly
Booth land.
out just somewhere out in the Netherlands.
It doesn't hurt that you were right opposite the puppies.
No, puppies are good.
in the Mohawk stand, which had gobs of people around it yesterday.
It did. They're a great retailer, and they've got a great brand and a great way of marketing, and as the others, and this is, you can see it all right here.
And if you get some of the overflow, hey, that's not bad either.
Nothing wrong with that. Anytime you're near puppies, it's a good thing.
Good enough, John. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Dave.
Great idea, and I'm just glad to see you're as successful as you are with it.
Thank you. We're going to keep moving forward, I'll tell you.
Very good. Keep us in the loop.
I will. Thank you.
John Mapes. We're talking with John Mapes. My Flooring Warranty. We're at Surfaces 2014, and this is Talk Floor TV.